Last week, we started to talk about how to prioritize your time more efficiently. And we talked about the 80-20 principle, the fact that 80% of your results come from only 20% of your activities. And what's most important is that we identify, okay, what are the 20%? What's my 20%? What activities do I need to be doing that are going to produce the 80% of results that I want? Right? We got to focus on the right 20% for us. What does that look like? And last week we started out just simply by identifying what's important to us in each area of our life. So you may have chosen one area to focus on. You may have done this activity for all areas of life. And wherever you're at today, I want you to take whatever that next step is for you, whether that's continuing to work on just one area or continuing to work on multiple areas to help you prioritize. If this is something that you've been struggling with, I recommend you start small to go big. Focus on one area of life, the area of life that when you focus on it first will start to have a positive impact on all the others. If this is something that you've been doing, you're just trying to get back on the horse, so to speak, and you're looking to up your game, then go ahead and add in a couple areas of life if that's what you're choosing. So last week we talked about identifying what's most important to you. We needed to understand what's most important to us before we identified the activities that we need to focus on to get the results that we're looking at. So for example, if health and fitness is an area of life that you want to focus on prioritizing more, we sat back and thought, okay, what's important to us? And again, everyone's going to have different answers. They might sound something like, I want to look good, I want to feel good, I want to be more toned, I want to have energy, I want to be healthy, right? These might be all things that may or may not be on your list if you were focusing on that based on what's important to you. Once you understand what's important to you, then you need to start to think about what are the actions, what are the activities that are going to get me these results? How do I know what the 20% is that I need to focus on to get those results? And there are a couple of ways to think about this. First, I encourage you to think back to a time in your life where you did experience success in that area of life. So let's say, oh my gosh, 10 years ago in the area of physical health and fitness, I was killing it. Oh my gosh, go back to that time, close your eyes, visualize, go back as if you were living in that moment. Start to notice everything that you see, hear, felt, everything that you were doing. And then come back to the present and ask yourself, okay, what's different? What was I doing then that I'm not currently doing now, that if I started doing now would get me closer to the results I'm looking at? So that would be a great activity for you to do to start to get yourself ideas. Maybe you were working out 5 days a week and right now you're only working out 3. Maybe you were meal prepping your food 6 out of 7 days of the week and right now you're not meal prepping at all. Maybe you were drinking half a gallon of water every day of the week and now you're barely drinking a water bottle full, right? So look back. How were you successful in that area of life? What's different? What do you need to bring back that you know works for you? Now, you might be thinking, well, Jackie, I don't know. I don't have one of those memories. Okay, start thinking about people in that area of life that you respect. Think about people that you know in that area of life that are experiencing the success that you want to experience and reach out to them. Ask them, hey, I really admire you. I love, you are in such good shape and, I'm struggling and I'm looking, here's what's important to me. What are you doing that you think could be helpful for me to focus on? Maybe you don't have anyone in your life like that in that area of life. Start looking on, listen to a podcast, reach out to someone on social media, right? Start looking and grasping onto those ideas. So there's a lot of different ways you can get to that 20%. Thinking about, let's go to the family example for a minute. Maybe prioritizing family was important to you, and then you sat back and thought, okay, what's important to me about prioritizing family? Spending quality time with my family members, being present with them, right? Those might have been things that are important to you. What's the 20% that's going to get you those feelings and those results? Well, the 20% could be something as simple as after 6 p.m. I put my phone away. Or whenever I'm with my family and my kids, my phone is on do not disturb. It's in another room. It's in my pocket. It's off. It's out of sight, right? When we're at the dinner table, phones are put away. It could look like every Wednesday night, we're going to do a family dinner. Everyone's going to come to the table, phones are going to be gone, and we're going to have a family dinner. We're going to be present, and we're going to spend quality time together. We're going to plan a family vacation this quarter, right? Those are all little things that when you focus on them will bring you closer to those results. So the goal here is not to create this monster list of activities that you have to do, because remember, 80% of your results come from only 20% of your activities. What are the 20% that's going to get you closer to the results you're looking for? So this week, here's the action item. Focus in now that you know what's important to you in that area or those areas of life. Now I want you to identify the activities. When I'm doing this, and this, it's going to get me closer to my goal. This is the 20% I'm going to focus on. Again, start small to go big. If you've never done this before, pick one area of life, pick one activity to focus on. Okay? This can be modified to anyone that's watching based on your needs. Okay? So I want you to do that. Now you're thinking, okay, I know the area of life I want to prioritize. I know what's important to me. Okay, got my 20%. That's what I'm doing this week. I've even put it into my calendar now because that's what we're going to time block. That's what we're going to protect. We're going to set appointments with ourselves to protect that 20% that you just decided is going to be the most impactful in getting you the results. Now you're thinking it's on the calendar, but oh my gosh, great. I've gotten there before, Jackie. It's been on my calendar. And then all of a sudden, things start to get in the way. So next week, we're going to talk about once it's on the calendar, once it's time blocked, how do you protect that time and how do you set up healthy boundaries? For now, get those activities identified so next week we can set healthy boundaries and keep those appointments with yourself.